ice. Checks over stripes, yeah, that's what I like. That's what we like. Lost my respect, you not a threat. Like on Shaq, see that I took. Like on Book, like on Lizzie. I be spinning valley circle blocks till I'm busy. Like where is he? No one seen him. I'm trying to, yeah. She's in love with who I am. Back in high school, I used to bust it to the dance. Now I hit the FBO with duffels in my hands. 13 hours till I land, have me out like a light, 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 like a light. Yeah, Pastor Dawson Shelly sending texts, ain't sending kites. Yeah, he say keep that on like I say, you know this tight. Yeah, it's absolute. Yeah.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We'll watch the visiting squad as they go up against the home team. Taking a look at this home squad, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, the season series had a game apiece. Tonight, two teams that crash the glass. Kenny, when you think of the great rebounders in this league, what are some of their key attributes?
They get that position, and then they hold it. They maintain it. That's the key.
Maintaining the position.
Yes, because you can get pushed under. If you come down with the rebound yourself, you can't do it, let's say, just tip it out. Great rebounders do that too. They'll just tip it out to the guards, and then we can start the fast break.
What's the key to good rebounding?
You got to assume every shot is going to be missed. And Ernie, nothing replaces great hustle.
That's true.
I could box you out. I would keep you off the ground. Yeah. Kevin Harlan standing by. There you go again.
No escape. Hi, everyone. Coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. With Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, a man who once said he will never write another traditional sports column. Please don't say that. So, Bill Simmons, don't say that.
Well, now you just have to tweet. You need 280 characters, and you can pretend you're a writer.
What do you think of social media?
I actually think for basketball, it's been a huge advantage. And it hasn't been a huge advantage for a lot of other things, but I think it's made basketball a lot more fun. I do worry, though, sometimes that people are just watching their Twitter feed over the games. I still think there's an advantage for people who actually are watching what's going on, those reactions to what's going on.
Interesting. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Kristaps Porzingis has drawn comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, and it sounds like Dirk is a fan. It says of Porzingis, he's long, athletic, tough. He has touch. He can put it on the floor. He is for real. Kevin?
And Porzingis, a good 3 inches taller than Dirk. He's a very unique talent for sure. You have LeBron James at the very top of the basketball pyramid, but where exactly do you rank him among the all-time greats?
So when I wrote my book in 2009, did the paperback in 2010, I had him 20th, and I actually projected a little because I knew he'd get in the top 12 or whatever. Until recently, I had him 3rd. It hurt to put him against Bird and Magic, but the totality of his career, just never getting hurt and just playing 100 games a year, it's just, at some point, you just got to give it up for the guy. This last year was the year I put him above Bill Russell, and now I only have Jordan over him. And it's going to take a lot for me to put him over Jordan. If he had beaten the Warriors in the finals last year by himself, I would have been like, all right, you're number one. You've taken it. You've done it. I think the thing to remember about LeBron, though, is, with Jordan, we weren't really sure he was the number one guy until 97 to 98. It was those last 2 titles and the way he won them in those seasons that by the end of it, we were like, all right, that's the best player ever. LeBron hasn't totally had that moment yet, but it still might happen. It can't be ruled out. So I don't think this is a done decision yet.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Durant is out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's Harden. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's James in at the small forward position. And back on the topic, Bill, of LeBron. On your all-time list, only Jordan and Russell above LeBron. Am I reading?
I have LeBron over Russell.
Over Russell.
Yeah. Russell played 13 years.
Yeah.
LeBron's
won all those
played
championships.
15. Oh, listen, I preach to the choir Russell, but at some point, you know.
What we're seeing is historic with LeBron.
It's the durability and the consistency that is really...
And versatility.
Yeah, just
all of it.
Never gets hurt. He's one of these guys that, you know, I had this joke that, like, if he dunked and landed wrong and his leg rolled off his body, he would, like, limp over and just put his leg back on and keep playing. It doesn't seem like he can get hurt. He sprains his ankle, it's fine.
He shakes it free. He shakes it healthy.
Yeah, he shakes it, and, like, he might have broken his hand in the finals and played. Like, we don't know what happened. He's indestructible.
Well, he's not making any mistakes up there. Another solid trip to the line.
Iverson against Curry. Iverson passes to O'Neal. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kobe, that's for 2. Second shot opportunity, and it's Shaq missing.
Wow, he just does everything right there except hit the layup.
Durant finds Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Bill Commissioner Adam Silver believes the 2K Esports League will have the staying power of the NBA, WNBA, the G League. A pretty powerful comment to make.
And I hope he's right, because I want to be the lead color guy. I want us to be the team. Why can't it be us, Kevin?
Are you kidding me?
Let's do that. Cut me the check. As
Sign
Rasheed
me
Wallace
up.
would say, CTC, cut the check.
Bill Simmons is here.
I'm ready.
To the middle, here's Embiid. Shaq with some nice D.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce. Oh, wonderful anticipation. He needs to play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time.
Bryant, and count it from 19 feet away. Bryant's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, no matter what, he's always going to be one of the most dangerous men on the court.
Curry with it. Iverson picks him up. It's tipped. Stolen by O'Neal. Durant against Bird. Curry with the steal. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down. Shaq's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Bird, and Durant sends it back.
Well, you aren't going to sneak that shot past Durant, not with the reach that he has.
Dishes it to Harden. And it's sent back by Bryant. But they recover it. Pocket 4. Curry with a wide open look. Good on the three-point shot.
You almost can't worry about the roller the way you worry about Steph.
Iverson kicks. And the shot is long. Gone 2 of 6 from the field. LeBron James on the wing, guarded by Jordan. Harden again. Harden right side, over Bryant, and it's Jordan with the rebound.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with Griffin. How about the reach of O'Neal there? A huge for his teammates on these alley-oops.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Hat.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love they attacked early in the shot clock.
Bird against Durant. Here's Embiid. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Bill, a top advisor for the U.S. High School Athletics and Activities Division, recommended that schools adopt esports programs.
I'm all in. It's probably my son's only chance to go to college, so I really hope it happens. Now, listen, the changes every decade, and you got to change with it. And the reality is, esports is one of the biggest things we have. If you're under 15, you're way more video games and be good at that than you are to do anything else. So why wouldn't we be able to benefit from that? The whole esports in general, just the audiences they're getting, and as a spectator event, that's been building. So why wouldn't that work for college?
Kem's checked in for Bird. Here's Durant, and it's sent back by Bryant. They get a hand on it. Embiid with the steal. Leonard, the pass to Harden. Back to Leonard. Here's Harden on the wing. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight. Punch, counter punch. Neither club's been able to sustain an event.
Feeds to Kemp. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
And how about O'Neal zipping passes over to his guys, using that height to find open teammates?
That one misses for Kemp. Gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Leonard with no one around. It's good from long range. Leonard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Down low, it's stolen by Davis, and they're pushing it up. Irving kicks to Antetokounmpo. Kemp with the rebound. Gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Down low, it's Ewing that time on the assist by Johnson.
And how about the muscle inside from Ewing? Easily getting to wherever he wants to on that low ball.
Bill, we've seen the NBA take steps to amend the draft lottery. Any further changes that you might recommend?
The biggest thing I would do is I just don't think you should be able to finish in the top 3 2 years in a row. I think there has to be some sort of schmuck insurance for the rest of the league. I'm fine rewarding the one bad season, but when you're just continuously bad, the year that Cleveland, when they won the lottery 3 out of 4, I just thought that was a travesty.
Just didn't feel like it.
No, it's just wrong. It's their league, and you have a team that really blows the LeBron James era and just surrounds him with the wrong people, and he leaves, and then really can't stay out of its way for the next couple of years, and they just keep getting the number 1 pick. I don't agree with that. I think that's bad that Philly was able to get number 3 and number 1 in back-to-back years, and it's bad that the Celtics were able to get the first pick. So that would be the one thing I would do. I don't think you should be able to successfully fail for multiple years.
And the basket by Johnson.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
Gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. From 13, Irving can't get it to go.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
And already they've got a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Being 56% in those first quarter, an outstanding start for this offense. Now the pass to Ewing, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Passes it to Leonard. Pippen with the steal. Pass to Johnson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. Johnson taking 2 shots. And he makes the first. So Johnson hits 2 of them.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Finds Davis. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Leonard on the wing. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Making free throws a big key for any team. Let's see the best in the NBA.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. First one falls for him.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Leonard hits them both. 1:03 left to play here in the first. Pass to Kobe. And finish off by Bryant.
And the insane peripheral vision there. If anyone's open, even for an instant, Magic's gonna find you.
Westbrook against Kobe. Davis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And let's see some of the numbers here on Kobe Bryant. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. He's around 14 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. You get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
Oh, an offensive juggernaut. I mean, he can just beat you in so many ways. You got to give it up for him.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for Davis. Being 56% in this first quarter, an outstanding start for this offense. Johnson outside. And he banks in the layup. Johnson's got 6 points.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
Westbrook, no good.
The D doing everything they can to cut him off on his way to the hoop.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and there to stop it. Fires the 3. That shot is off. Here's Kobe. Oh,
and Bryant, just a superb athlete. Terrific at just imposing his will on the defense on that drive.
We come back right after this.
Please don't try to play us. 18. Oh, 18. 18. Please don't try to play us.
A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning it was a little bit hard to like express myself. Obviously I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Right, and as the defense collapses, that opens up inside-out opportunities. Productive first quarter.
They've got Anthony Davis all out there with Irving. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Antetokounmpo. And at the 3, the small forward, doing extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. Bill, with last year's do-or-die season finale between Minnesota and Denver, final game of the regular season, momentum is gathering for a play-in tournament, maybe for the last 2 playoff spots. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I wrote about this in 07. I called it the entertaining as hell tournament, where basically the first 7 seeds were guaranteed, and the 16 teams that didn't make it out of the 2 conferences, they just went head-to-head, single elimination. And then you have the final 2 games in New York City, and you blow it out, and you have a fun thing with it. I think that Minnesota-Denver game was important, and maybe the solution is, the 6 seeds guaranteed in each conference, and then you have 7, 8, 9, 10 in each conference, and you just have playing games. You have 7 versus 10, you have 8 versus 9. You do it over the course of a couple days. Use the TV revenue from that, because you could get good money from that, to maybe shorten the season, which would be, for me, the number one thing I would change about the league. I think we should have a 70-game season. You could talk me into 76, but there's too many games. There's too many nights where the players... I just think basketball is really hard to...
We were talking about the length of the NBA season and various opinions on shortening it. I suppose, Bill, one argument is that you want regular season games to be more significant, and you want that regular season to mean something.
Mean a little bit more. Yeah. Make the pace, I don't know. When you get after the All-Star break, you can really feel these guys slogging through it. You know, and especially with the good teams, like a team like Golden State. All they did all year was whine and complain. Oh, well, we knew this was going to be a hard season. It can't be that hard. You have 4 of the best 20 players. Like, settle down. I think you'll be fine. You're winning every game by 30 points. Yeah. But I wish they would tighten this season.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Davis. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And that's now 10 points for Anthony Davis. Bill, 1 shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a 3. He's got the pull-up hezzy jumper, as he calls it. He can go to the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number 1 choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good. Yeah. Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
Down the first one. Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top 5?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're going to stop him, but, you know, you put a taller guy on him, and Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense scorer I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just, you forget about it for one play, and all of a sudden he's in the corner and they're setting him up, or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, you run them off screens and you tire the guys out and you kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get out of my way guys. I'm going to get to the rim.
Absolute
scorer like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
Well, these are the players you don't want to give any space to beyond the arc right now. The best long-range shooting guards in the past 10 games. James Harden is second.
Yeah, you don't have to be a great shooter to play 2 guard, but it does help. And pretty much all of these guys fit into that great category.
And having a reliable 3-point option at off guard, pretty much a necessity these days in the NBA. He's reason number 1 there in front. I mean, his shooting has been almost flawless.
Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The 3-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved, and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like, just what Steve Nash was doing last decade and those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better. And their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. It all started with the decision of LeBron James and has carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody who writes a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
Bird dishes to Johnson. To the inside. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Cousins. Harden against Johnson. Harden the pass to Curry. Kicks it to Cousins. Durant deciding where to go with it. 3 on the clock. Shoots over Bird. Misses off the right iron. Gone 7 of 9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
A hand right in his face on the layup. Excellent defense that time in the game.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Big opportunity for a three-point play. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Anthony Davis. Cousins, no good on the free throw.
You know, the combination of size and strength, it makes Cousins a tough cover. I mean, overpowering.
Bill, your long-lost cousin Ben Simmons headlined a tremendous class in 2017, and in fact, people might think it's the best rookie season ever in the history of the league.
A lot of good players. Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum. Do we count Simmons in that class, though? I guess
well, since he won the Rookie of the Year, let's put him in.
All right, we'll put him in there. I think if you come out of a year of rookies and you get one guy who has a chance to be a franchise guy, that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. We had 3. If you're doing 3 a year for 10 years, you have the most ridiculous league of all time. I think the talent ebbs and flows, and we've had stretches. Like I think last decade, in the 2000s, especially like from about 03 to 08, like we were just short all-stars. We were just short a few guys, and you saw teams like the Nets with Jason Kidd made the finals 2 years in a row. You saw the Ben Wallace Pistons team actually win the title.
With no superstars.
Right. And you saw, in 06, the Pistons, remember they were on pace to win 70 games, they had 4 All-Stars. The league just wasn't that good, and now it's flipped, and it's so loaded. I think from a talent standpoint, as good as any year since 1993.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, which 25 years ago, just loaded with guys who could be Hall of Famers someday, or 8-time All-Stars, things like that. So now you look at this 17 class, and Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, just right there. That's awesome. I still believe in Lonzo, and I still believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think those guys can be All-Stars too.
It's good from long range, and that's now 11 points for Iverson.
Something lit a fire under him this quarter. Their lead safe as long as he's on the floor.
Sean Kemp, he's checked in for Magic Johnson.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Jordan. He's been more than solid over the last month. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Right. Every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music. It's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Bird outside. Good. And it's Iverson who picks up the assist. Bird's got 7 points.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
against Leonard. Over Kemp. O'Neal with the rebound. O'Neal's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that times is all it takes.
Tied. And Leonard gets it to go. 7 points in the game.
Good recognition from Durant. He's a talented passer.
Iverson kicks to Shaq. Back to Iverson. Bird. But they get it back. And Shaq with the slam.
And great effort on the boards. And what a that was, Ken. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
Yeah, fellas, he's a monster. He's never seen an offensive rebound he didn't.
Hey, Bill, by fantastic stuff as usual. We really appreciate your time.
Appreciate being on. Go Celtics.
You can't root on these guys.
I'm absolutely rooting. That's my team.
And Greg, how much fun is it to have Bill with us? Such a prominent voice in sports journalism and never afraid to speak his mind.
You know, oftentimes when you gain popularity, you become a little more conservative, a little more reserved, but not Bill. And that's why he's maintained such a tremendous following.
He has them really. They haven't had an answer for him this quarter.
Curry against Iverson. Curry kicks to Durant. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
His field goal percentage is creeping up there now. I mean, it wasn't pretty in the first quarter.
And the pass to Jordan. Lets it go from 11. Got a piece of it. Iverson. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
And not just that, it's the energy and passion with which Iverson plays. It just feels like any shot he takes, he can make.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Iverson against Curry. Passes it to Durant. Fade away, and it goes down 2 points. Durant's got 11.
Good at cashing in for mid-range. Such a consistent shooter, Mr. Kevin Durant.
And so it's the home team in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been very effective in locking down Russell Westbrook. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Kawhi, a big first half for you all offensively, but big first half for them, too. Any concern there?
They're still strong, so we got to play better defense second half because we don't know if we're going to keep making the shots that we're making right now.
We'll see who can get some stops, Kawhi. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Taking a look at this home squad. And Big, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had. Time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese. And
how about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. What a game we're seeing from Allen Iverson.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
Terrific first half on offense. This is how you draw it up. We'll see if they can maintain that efficiency going forward.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. On 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight.
Coach Steve Kerr may seem to have a laid-back demeanor, but knowing him personally, I'll tell you what, he's fiery. He's intense and he wants to win. When tempers flare, don't be surprised to see him smashing clipboards and letting loose on the sideline.
Jordan is out there with Bird. Then there's Allen Iverson. Then there's Kobe. And it's O'Neal in at the center, filling out the middle. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Iverson, no good. And playing for the Bulls, Kerr famously got into a fight with a teammate, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he has that competitive spirit, that edge you need to succeed in this game. Great people skills, sure. He's not a pushover.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Curry finds Durant. Six on the shot clock, and the basket by Curry.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Iverson passes to Bird. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the lights on Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and in every generation or so, a player comes along who can be considered a true superstar. Folks, that's Larry Bird.
First free throw is good. AC Webb, for your money, who does the best job of combining guard skills with a classic back-to-the-basket game?
Whoa, I mean, you think of Cousins. He's 7 foot, not the fastest, but he has back to the basket and then crossover three-point shooting ability. Embiid as well, Towns, and of course, Anthony Davis, who I think was a point guard and had a great growth spurt. And
yes,
he's just a guard in the big man's body.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And it's Shaquille O'Neal with the foul. That's his first foul. LeBron against Jordan. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots a fader, and good that time.
Rock solid start for him. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
Gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Bird kicks to Shaq. Back to Bird. Outside, Kobe misses the 3.
They haven't gotten their legs back. Just 1 for 4 to start the second half.
Poke loose. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. On Tuesday, they're off to New York to face the Knicks. And then on Monday, they'll be playing against Lamar and San Antonio Spurs.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay.
Curry kicks to Durant. Curry passes to Harden. Able to get that one. O'Neal with the defensive effort.
Well, that's their first miss after hitting 3 in a row to start the half. I mean, I guess it had to happen sometime.
They get it again, and a wide open look for Jordan. Great play by Bird to set it up. Bird's got his 3rd assist on the night, and so Brad Stevens decides to call timeout. We've seen Allen Iverson really have a great game.
Oh, he's tearing them to shreds, and I'm sure the only thing they're talking about in this timeout is what to do about him.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And a moment here to see the standings for the Eastern Conference. And you know, guys, some interesting stories have unfolded here as we move through the middle of the season. Earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far. And they're definitely the team to beat. And checking out Charlotte, 5.5 games behind. Got a piece of it. And he stepped in the line, so they turn it over. Well, some of the numbers NBA wingmen have been putting up from the field this season are truly impressive. Have a look at the top shooters among them. LeBron James third, fourth, Kevin Durant.
And that tells you about their ability to slash through the defense and get to the hoop effectively. I mean, because you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of a percent.
That's true, but can they also fill it up from outside? This is a group that can score from anywhere on the floor.
Gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And it's Allen Iverson with the foul. That's his first foul. Magic Johnson. He checked in for Allen Iverson. Just under 3.5 here in the third quarter. To the middle. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist. 6 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Now that was a sensational feed. He hit him right on the move.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his sole preoccupation.
Wall grabs the board.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Johnson with it. Guarded now by Irving. Bird's shot. Bird's got 4 points now in the quarter. And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improve.
Yeah, you know, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done.
Clock at 4. Here's LeBron. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. LeBron's got his second bucket.
Powerful, yet effective. James has always done a lot of damage from the mid-range.
Johnson double teamed. Bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Bird kicks to Kobe. He can't get that one to fall. Wall with some nice D.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Bird, the pass to Bryant. And the dunk by Kobe.
I love seeing Bryant just get up and go for it. His leap never ceases to impress.
LeBron dishes to Antetokounmpo. They get a hand on it. Kobe with the steal. Here's the break. Bird, the pass to Ewing. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss. Gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75%. Wall finds James. Back to Wall. Shot clock at 6. Irving for 3. The rebound by Pippen.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
No, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Our whole lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And Stevens decides to call timeout. NBA rosters are turning over faster, it seems, these days. Chris, how much do former defending one another? Or is it a non-issue?
Oh, no, it's more than a non-issue, Bella. You were right in your assumption that, listen, the former teammates, they have a little more inside information. And you know why it matters? Because every day after practice, you know, the first thing guys do after they get their water, they play 1-4-1. And so you understand guys' tendencies. You learn how to get into a rhythm. They're all creatures of habit. Let's remember when Kevin Durant did. Remember how he came down to the same end of the floor in the finals and hit the same tough shot over the extended hand that he did? Well, if you notice, he did that on his crossover, that right to left setup. And so if you know him, you may know that he's going to do that. And also, you may know that he has a counter just in case. It allows you to keep your hand in the cookie jar, not to gamble. It gives you an educated guess on maybe what some of the greatest offensive players in the world are going to go to next to get that bucket. Any piece of information matters. And yeah, you've been practicing against them. That's a good thing.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Both athleticism and versatility.
Iverson's checked in for Larry Bird. He's perfect from the line this time. Gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Here's Bryant over Irving. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. At the line, taking 2 shots. The free throw drops for Kobe. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Compared to when you were playing C-Web, how have the baseline skill requirements for the 4s and the 5s, the power forwards and the centers, changed, do you think, the most?
The ability to stretch the floor. There's a lot more emphasis on mobility, especially at the defensive end. I don't think you can have a player who is a specialist anymore in the game. I played with some great defenders. Ben Wallace, the Davis boys there in Indiana, but those positions are no longer valued or needed anymore. You can no longer be a defensive player that can't see the other end. You have to be a player in the NBA now with the total skill set. That means mobility, shooting, dribble, passing. All of those things have to be encompassed, or is make sure to highlight you with a mismatch and take you out of the game.
Good documentation. I like it. Lobbed up there for Westbrook and finished off by Westbrook.
I love seeing that kind of unselfishness. Irvin has proven to be a sincere.
Gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Outside Pippen. Here's Ewing. Nice D from Cousins. Gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Knocked away. Here's Kemp. And Kemp slings it in.
Yeah, once he gets to the rim, it's light. Just too much power and explosiveness.
Outside Westbrook. Puts up a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And that's now 7 points for Russell Westbrook.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Iverson kicks to Kobe. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defense is adjusting.
Irving against Kobe. Count that one. Irving's got his second basket.
You better respect the sensational ball handling from Irving. I mean, phenomenal slashing through defenses.
To the paint, here's Ewing. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. Gets in a row from the paint.
Irving passes to Westbrook. Back to Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot of attempts in that first half.
Pippen kicks to Kemp. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Iverson. 6 to shoot. Over Westbrook. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 4 rebounds in this game. And it's Antetokounmpo, top of the key. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Shoots from the elbow. Nice jump shot. Good. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points here in the second half. And so it's the home team with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They pace, push the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Don't miss the action. Your favorite NBA superstars are here to compete in a showcase of the league's top talent. It's the NBA All-Star Game.
And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Keep everything sharp. Keep the cuts hard. Cutting through contact. Passes sharp. And the ball's going to fall for us. We can't give up the easy ones down here, right?
You can tell that he wants his team to be precise with their decision-making.
Kevin, he's aware of just how special they are when they play smart and play together.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Durant is out there. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Harden in at the shooting guard. Here's Kemp. And Durant sends it back. Harden surveying the D. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Harden. Harden's got his third assist on the night. Gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on three. And Kemp slams it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. See some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Steph Curry's checked in for Russell Westbrook. That one misses for Kemp.
And this is a guy, Sean Kemp, all the talent in the world, could be a perennial double-double machine, just a matter of staying. And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
But he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by this team.
Iverson passes to Jordan. Pulls it from 20, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
And that time, the screener rolls, and Jordan has room to get the shot he wants, makes a good decision to keep that one himself.
Kobe against Harden. Over Bryant. Harden can't hit.
He gets some extra attention from the D on that trip, and he throws a shot off.
Inside, here's Jordan, here's Kobe, and the rejection by Harden. And Kobe gets it to go. Game moves along, 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Curry from deep three-point land, sinks it. What range from outside, wow. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
And if James Harden has one signature move, it's got to be his step-back jumper. Something he's worked on for years, and like the sky hook or Nowitzki's fadeaway. It's becoming one of those iconic, unstoppable shots.
Checked in for Sean Kemp. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last time out. He told his team to keep looking for those perimeter shots. He said their defense is not respecting us, so let's keep shooting until out on us, guys.
All right, David, thanks. And Chris, you look at Harden's step back, there's a real different rhythm to it, isn't there?
And he covers a lot of ground with that gather step. I mean, some fans even wonder if it's travel. but I guess it's legal. Tremendous footwork crafted over countless reps in the gym.
First free throw is good.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half. Doing a great job at the line.
And so Jordan nails both.
Finding the greatest of superstars, Jordan makes the players around him better, mentally, in terms of effort, and in terms of their performance.
LeBron kicks to Curry. 6 to shoot. Puts up a three. Buries it from three-point range. Curry's got 10 points here in the second half.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Jordan finds Bryant. Over Harden. Good, he nails it. 27 points for Kobe Bryant.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
Harden, no good.
And it's the D there putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, because you're spread out. It can be difficult to contest these shots, but not for him.
Here's Jordan. Nails the wide-open jump shot.
And as much as he's done to increase the range on his jump shot, this is where Jordan's bread is buttered, that mid-range game.
Curry kicks to Embiid. Outside Durant. Drains the three-pointer. Durant points in the quarter.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Here's Jordan. It's rebounded by Curry. Gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Right side Durant. It's hauled in by Bird. Bird's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The 15-footer, and he punched that one in.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Harden kicks to Durant. He's looking for James and takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, you love seeing James soar like an eagle. He's exceptional at rising up quickly for the alley-oop.
Curry against Iverson. Bryant. And Kobe throws it down.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Harden the pass to Embiid. Outside Durant. Launches the three from Harden. And Shaq pulls it down.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if the best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
And really, whether you're up or down, the aim of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen someone else to exploit coming out of this.
Present our Jordan player of the game, Kobe Bryant.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
And don't forget about that coordination. I mean, he almost corralled in for the steal.
Harden dishes to LeBron. And the dunk by Embiid.
Excellent court awareness. James has always had terrific instincts as a playmaker.
Gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. Shaq against Embiid. Outside Bryant. Five on the clock. Over Harden. It's rebounded by Durant. Durant's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Nailed from three-point land. Durant's got 11 in the second half.
Yeah, the deal pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Bryant, that's for 2. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. And that is 5th rebound right now in the game. That ties it up. 8 points for LeBron.
There's almost no stopping LeBron if he's allowed to get inside. Too strong, too skilled.
Bird against Durant. Iverson outside. Dish now to Bryant. Bryant is doubled. Pass to O'Neal. Oh, he just jams it right over LeBron. Wow.
O'Neal is a force of nature. Once he gets it that low, it is a foregone conclusion.
James finds Durant. Connects from three-point range. Durant's got 25 points in the game.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
O'Neal inside, guarded by Embiid. Was shot by Shaq, no good. And 61% showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. Ryan against Harden, stolen by O'Neal. Now here's Iverson, tight defense on him. The feed now to O'Neal. Kicks it out to Iverson. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Just 5 to shoot. Back to O'Neal. And the dunk by O'Neal went right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, the energy both sides have expended. Both teams.
LeBron kicks to Durant. Floats it up for James. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
I love how James takes hold of these possessions. When his team needs a basket, he steps up to the plate.
On the wing, Kobe unloads. Good. It's Iverson who picks up the assist. Iverson's got his 5th assist in this one.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Curry against Iverson. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Here's Iverson, and Durant sends it back. Curry kicks to Durant, and they cash in right away with a quick shot. Durant's got 16 here in the second half.
It's getting tough. You start to lean on your star. Durant always seems the clutch shot.
On the wing, Kobe. The pass to Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Jordan weren't challenging enough to guard. The little up fake there, putting the defender at his mercy.
2 shots. First free throw is good, and that ties the game up. And so making that'll give them the lead here.
One guy to not going to miss.
Harden against Bryant. Harden kicks to LeBron. Durant, the pass to Harden. Over Bryant. Cut!
That is cold-blooded.
Well, we want people to tune in, don't we? This is what they're tuning into. Big moments.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And Kobe lives for these situations. You know how much the spotlight he deliver him in time again.
And so Brad Stevens decides to call timeout. What do you think, guys?
Hey, they do have enough time here if they shoot quickly to get the 2-for-1. We'll see if they try.
Out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid.
Oh, no. Don't tell me. He just did a critical point of the game. He makes just about the worst mistake.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Curry against Iverson. Up top, Bird. It's O'Neal atop the key. Iverson right side. Sink.
And they do have a foul to get.
And so Brad Stevens decides to call timeout. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Well, these are some of the toughest decisions. I mean, a good argument can be made for either case.
Seconds left in the game. Harden finds Durant. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
I love the attacking mentality of the game. Look, when he's in the zone, he finds a variety of ways to score buckets.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
And it's going to come down to a 3-point attempt. I mean, what a huge moment to come through at the line.
Here's Embiid. Bird pulls it in. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. On the money.
You gotta love the boys of James, a master at executing in clutch situations.
And so they get the victory here at home. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you, the ultimate X factor.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Next time